Rangers may be 2-0 up, but the job is not done. We're only at the halfway mark, and that is why we're back with another European preview show. Welcome back, guys, to the channel. It's the halfway stage of the second round of European qualifiers, although this video is coming to you via Wednesday morning, and that means that there's some games that have already took place on Tuesday. Therefore, some teams are already through to the third qualifying round, and some teams have been knocked out.
We're late to the party, but you know what? Better late than never, and the big boys haven't
Welcome to the party,
yet.
pal.
TNS are out, that is Conference League business, but you know what? The Welsh clubs are no more. There'll be no more of them.
Eliminate it.
Pennybont, TNS, Haverford West, County, they're all gone. Alright, no two ways about it. But, let's be real, didn't really expect an awful lot from them. But in terms of the big boys...
I thought TNS were very poor. May as well just mention it here before we go into it. Just a really poor game. Didn't help the fact that I actually didn't realise till about the 60th minute that TNS were the team in the other colour. I thought, oh, TNS are looking good.
They're battering them. Oh, it's the other way about.
Aye, so I mean, that was a bit awkward, but
it was. Anyway, Kiev are through. Red Star Belgrade. Tell you what, decent result for Lincoln Red Imps first game, but second game, not so much. Slovan Bratislava are through, Copenhagen are through, and Karat are through, and they will take on Slovan Bratislava. So, tell you what, right? Obviously, you would rather not play these games, but if Celtic did go into like the second qualifying round of the Champions Path, there's a lot of winnable games to boost the coefficient, isn't there?
Yeah, no, definitely. With Celtic set to, I believe they will be going into the second qualifying round next year if they win the league. It shouldn't really make much of a difference because even the teams that are in this round that you'd think, right, well, they could pose problems for Celtic due to the seeding.
You can't get them.
Celtic shouldn't be getting them.
Yeah,
like
you would be getting the worst team of every tie.
Yeah, you're looking at like Red Star Belgrade, you're looking at Copenhagen, you're looking at like Ferencvaros, Malmo. These are teams that Celtic just wouldn't be getting just because of the coefficient. So they'd be getting, like, let's be honest, the shit teams.
But there's no need to fear, folks, because next year will be Rangers in the second qualifying round of the Champions Path, according to you and myself. Might as well go out on a limb there, guys. What's he going to do with his predictions?
Is this an early season prediction here?
It could be, but let's go to a spoiler. Shelbourne are out. Quarabag have won this. It doesn't really matter about tomorrow or later on the day, shall we? Quarabag are going to win. I'm going to go 3-0.
Shall we what?
Shall we? Shall we what?
I don't know. You said shall we and then never...
Shall we?
You said shall we and then never elaborated on what you were going to say.
Sleep deprivation, my friends.
There you go. Anyway, guys, he's half time for him. He's given up.
What time's it you? Full time?
Match hasn't even started. I'm ready to go.
Full time jabroni, but I'm going 3-0 cut Quarabag. 6-0, good night. Shelbourne are pish. But at least they've got a playoff for the Conference League.
Yeah, worst case scenario, playoff, win it, you're in. Simple as that.
Aye, what are you going?
I'm going to go Qarabag to win 2-0.
2 dicks. Right, Rangers versus Panathinaikos. Oh, the heat of Athens. It was rumoured to be 41. I think it's only going to be 35 degrees, which is still pretty toasty. But tell you what, Rangers are going to get a wee draw here, 2 each. I'm expecting big things. I'm expecting third qualifying round of the Champions League, not the Europa League. And I'm expecting that coefficient cup to be added to. Get the polish out.
I'm going to go 2-1 Rangers.
Oh, 2 wins?
Yeah. That's what we need. That's what we want. I'm going to go 2-1 Rangers. Panathinaikos, I think, will be going for it, and I think Rangers will punish them at the back. I think they'll concede, but no, I'm going to go with it. I also don't believe that Danilo will be starting this game. I think Rangers should have more firepower going forward, and they'll be able to punish Panathinaikos in my opinion.
Igamani out though, so will it be Dessers? But you look at last season.
Well, Dessers is a better option than Danilo, so.
Rangers away last season in Europe were pretty good. You know, beat Fenerbahce, beat Nice.
What's wrong with Igamani, by the way? I
don't know. I think he's leaving.
Oh, right.
Although I don't know what to believe. It could just be a wee injury or something. But we don't need Igamani to get through this game. But I'd rather him put it that way. So yeah, we'll go with you're going 2-1 Rangers. I'm going 2 each. Moving on to the Europa League. No games have been played yet, but it's time to play the game. It's Triple H, right? It's all about the single H, brother, because it's Hibernian taking on Midtjylland at Easter Road. And I tell you what, I've seen enough for last week. Hibs are going to win, and Hibs are going to win 2-0.
2-0?
I'm confident. I've seen enough. Midtjylland were pish. I'll put it this way. I'll be slightly disappointed if Hibs aren't in the third qualifying round of the Europa League. Because Midtjylland were ranked rotten.
If Hibs can win this, they guarantee themselves a playoff.
Yep.
So, and they've done the hard part, really, haven't they? They've kept it level, taking it back to Easter Road. I am going to go with Hibs. I think it'll be close, so 2-1.
Yeah, and the crucial thing is, they don't need to win now to get it. They can draw and win on penalties, which is crucial.
You don't want to be doing that, though.
No, you don't want to be doing that, but it's good to have that to fall back on. But that Martin Boyle goal to make it 2-0, oh ho ho, the difference, man, if that makes...
Still not convinced that was offside, but...
Yep.
Is what it is. I'll go 2-1 Hibernian.
Right, we'll move on from the Europa League to the Conference League, where we've got a bunch of games. Some teams are already through. Like we pointed out, the new Saints are out. Goodbye, Wales. Hello, Linfield, though. 0-0 in the first leg. Take it back to Windsor Park. Will they get the job done? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go 2-1 Linfield.
2-0.
Oh,
2-0 Linfield. They'll beat Salgris. Salgris.
Right, Una Strazen. Dundee United versus Una Strazen. I'm a wee bit worried for Dundee United. I feel like of all the teams this week, this could be the banana peel.
I'm going to go 2-1 Dundee United. I think they'll get the job done. They should be taking care of Una Strazen comfortably, I think, over 2 legs. Not to say 3-1 on aggregate wouldn't be comfortable, but honestly, I would have expected this tie to be over after 90 minutes of Tannadice.
The way I look at it is, right, Una Strazen are worse than Differdange, because Differdange won the Luxembourg League, and they only beat the New Saints 2-0. And yes, we watched the games, they did batter them, right, but it was only 2-0. Dundee United are light years clear of the New Saints. I don't care what anybody says, they are. They really should be beating Una Strazen by more.
But unfortunately, there is the potential for an upset, and the Scottish coefficient just cannot afford this. Even if Dundee United draw, right, and go through an aggregate, that's still piss poor. These are the kind of games where the Scottish side should be winning both of them, and be winning both of them comfortably. But even if you don't win them comfortably, just win both, and you get... I mean, you're getting 2 W's, you're getting 2 wins in the coefficient. But in recent years, we have seen Scottish teams slip up. I mean, we've seen Hibernian slip up a few years ago.
Last week was the first ever Dundee United team to be fielded without a Scottish player in the 11.
Yeah, I've noticed that. There's a lot of foreigners in the Dundee United team. I'm sure you might get a Dundee United fan bashing that opinion or whatnot, but I don't like it. I think you need some sort of identity, and I don't know what Jim Goodwin's doing, but I think he's getting further away from that. Why he got rid of Declan Gallagher, I don't know.
Reality is,
and
folks,
we predicted Dundee United to struggle in this season. Well, I did. I don't know about you. And I think that Una Strazen...
I've not done predictions yet.
I think only beating Una Strazen 1-0 at home is struggling. To me, I know they've made a lot of signings. I think Dundee United are going to go backwards this season. Don't think they'll be in a relegation fight by any means, but I am thinking somewhere around... I'm thinking definitely outside top 6.
Yeah, they will be outside top 6 for me, because to me most of the top 6 is already guaranteed, and they're probably just going to collapse.
I think there's a spot for one team in the top 6.
Will it be Dundee United? But we've seen a trend in the last couple of years. Teams in Europe tend to have shite starts to the season. Dundee United take on Falkirk on Sunday, I believe. We could definitely see them dropping points there.
Well, Dundee United's European journey could be over.
Well, it could be, and that could be the difference maker, because last season St Mirren and Killie actually went a bit far, and that affected their starts this season. Maybe Dundee United won't. But fuck it, I'll go Dundee United to win.
Well, I don't think they went that far. I mean, both teams played 2 ties, if I'm correct.
Yeah, but that could be 2 more games than Dundee United could play.
Yeah, but I wouldn't really say that's going far, is it? I mean,
they went further.
Kilmarnock didn't even win a tie, if I'm not correct in saying.
Aye, but they still played the game.
Yeah, but they only played 2 ties, and St Mirren played 2 ties because they won their opening one.
Yes, but it's still factual that Killie went further in Europe than Dundee United. Well, not factual, but at this point.
Not if Dundee United get the job done on Thursday.
At this point.
But at this point, Dundee United are ahead in the tie, so I wouldn't really agree with that. But anyway, I'm going 2-1 Dundee United.
No, it depends though. If Dundee United go out, they can't use the European excuse for me well into August, but last year Kelly did, because they went further. But I don't really buy the excuse. I don't like it personally. I think it's cheap using it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I don't get it. Like, if they weren't playing these games, you'd be playing the Premier Sports games anyway. So, difference does it make?
And I get that you can field a weaker team in those cup games, but it's almost like but it's almost like they treated the European games last season as a burden.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. What's the point even aiming for top 6 and aiming for European spots if you're just going to complain about being in it? If anything, shouldn't be in these European games. Shouldn't these be helping you get up and running, getting fitness up for the start of the season?
Yep.
Because they're actually important games, unlike friendlies. So
you'd like to think so, but I'll go 2-1 Dundee United.
That's what I'm going.
I'll back them. Right, Larne against Pristina. 0-0.
I'm going Larne 1-0. I think they should have got the job done at home. They didn't. I'll go 1-0 away.
I'll go 0-0, but Larne win on penalties. So Dungannon Swifts against Vaduz.
I'm going to go another 1-0. I think it'll be a low scoring game
Hearts
here.
no sliding the guy from this team.
Dungannon Swifts?
No, the other team.
Vaduz?
Aye. Or is it Fallour?
Fallour, mate.
Nah, close enough, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going Dungannon Swifts to win. I'm going 2-0.
I'm going 1-0.
Because I didn't expect them to win the first game, but they did. But the team they're playing is a bit shite. Right.
But I tell you what, this is something that will really help the non-Irish coefficient. If we are right with our predictions, we're predicting all 3 non-Irish teams to win and all 3 non-Irish teams to go through. Which is massive.
No, it is massive. And you compare it to Wales, they're all out.
Yeah.
So they can't gain anything now. Which is obviously stating the obvious, but they're gone. Moving on with our team.
They're all winnable ties though, aren't they? See, we are going to improve as a nation. Like, you need your clubs to...
No,
but you know what? Do you think non-Irish fans actually think about coefficient and care, or do you think that because
it's on such a grander scale?
Do you think it's do you think it's maybe because like they've got no real ambitions or no like hopes in European competitions that they pretty much just don't care about it at all?
I think it's because they're so far down and
it's like irrelevant to them.
Yes. Honestly, with us, it's different because we can go down, but
we can also go up.
Yes, we know there's a great chance that if we go down, we can get back up to a certain level.
For us, there's benefits. Like, we know that at our best, we are good enough to be in a position to get 2 teams into the Champions League. We know that we, at our best, are good enough to get that 3rd place team guaranteed league phase football. See, with Northern Ireland, I feel like in the coefficient, even if they overperformed to the best of their abilities over like a 5-year period, no matter how high they get in the coefficient, they're not going to get any guaranteed places. And I just never see them getting a team in the Champions League. I never see them... I know now they've got a team in the Conference League last year and they've done well, but I feel like that's the best it's going to get for them. Overall, I just don't think there's enough incentive for the entire league and all the clubs in the league for their fans to get behind each other and go, right, we want... No, the way in Scotland, it's just beneficial. Like, especially with the top 2, it's like you help each other out and you're like, right, well, we can go straight into Champions League, or like the next bracket of teams are thinking, right, well, if these teams do well, if we finish 3rd next season, we go straight into the league phase, or even if we finish 4th, we enter a couple of places further up and we can qualify. I feel like with Northern Ireland, it's like, it doesn't really matter what stage you come in, whether it be 2nd round or 1st round, it's like, you're not expected to get past anyway, whereas I think the Scottish teams, there is a little bit of hope. You can certainly do more.
No, absolutely, but we'll have to move on. Sorry for the border, because we're going to St. Pat's, and they're taking on Nome Kaliji, and St. Pat's won the 1st game. Will they win the 2nd game? No, I'll go 2 each, but they'll go for it.
Oh god, nah, they won though. Yeah, I'm gonna go, at home, but don't need to win. I think they will win though. But like I said, coefficient, it's important that you win, even if you're already through. Get another W on the board, get more coefficient points in the bag. I'm going to go 3-0 Shamrock.
Fair enough. Right, and then we've got Shamrock Rover. Wait, hold on. No,
No, we already spoke about Shamrock Rovers,
no,
mate.
I'm not about St. Pat's. I said St. Pat's.
Oh, did you?
Aye, so what are you on
I
about?
was on about Shamrock Rovers.
I'm on about St. Pat's.
Well, I'm gonna give St. Pat's the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna go with another 1-0 win.
What happened is I said St. Pat's, but you read it as St. Joseph's. Or heard it as St. Joseph's. That's what's happened there.
Right.
Battle of the Saints. Anyway. Aye, we're going St. Pat. I'll go Shamrock Rovers to win. And that's pretty much it. But what I would say is, to me, it's unacceptable for Dundee United to go out before the likes of St. Pat's and Shamrock Rovers.
Disagree. Because you don't know
No, because we're a better league.
Yeah, but
Dundee United are better than both teams.
You don't know who you're going to get in the qualifier. To me, it's not unacceptable to go out before those teams. It would be unacceptable to go out to Una Strazen. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, but that's the point. If Dundee United got drawn against, and I said Alkmaar, well, they all know too well about that.
Who is the best team that Dundee United could have got?
Probably said Alkmaar. I mean, Sparta Prague or Istanbul Basaksehir.
Yeah, but were Dundee United seeded or unseeded? I'm looking at these teams. I think they'd have to be seeded.
I think they might have been seeded.
Because there seems to be more shite than good.
Yeah, so who's the best team they could have got? But, I mean, it's impossible for me and you to tell. I mean, I think Shamrock Rovers were seeded. Yeah, so I actually think Dundee United... But then, when the draw was made, a lot of people said that was as good as you could have hoped for, which I disagree, because then that means there's a possibility that Dundee United could have got, like, a Dungannon Swifts.
Yeah,
or a team from San Marino or something.
Yeah, but they're separated into groups, sure. So they split it into, like, groups of 5, so therefore there's only, like, 5 teams you can get. So maybe Una and Strazen were the worst team available.
Yeah. Either way, I think the Conference League is a bit of a mess, isn't it, man? There's just so many fucking games. Like, look at like who comes up with all this shite? Who's even confirmed for the Conference League? The fun fact is, not one team's confirmed for the Conference League. Do you like that?
Aye, I do.
But also, you get people saying that they shouldn't have teams for the top 5 leagues in it. But see if they did.
Nah, but you need it adds a bit more prestige and importance, doesn't it? I mean,
like, see the fact like Chelsea have won it, and Roma, and Olympiacos. I know Olympiacos are a top 5 league, but they're a big club. If they hadn't won it in like each year, teams feel like Malta are winning it. Then it's like, by God, I would know for a fact if Rangers dropped into it, you'd be like, fuck, this is literally a brass neck.
No, definitely. It's like entering a darts competition and Phil Taylor's not in it. You're like, it is what it is. Like, you want to beat the best of the best. Now, I know you ain't getting quite the best of the best, but you're still playing against top opposition from top leagues. If you take away the top leagues, then it really does feel like a Diddy. It does. I mean, it feels like a competition you're not... Like, put it this way. Like, I can make a case that I would rather Hearts be in the Conference League than the Europa League. Because I just think you can do much better in the Conference League, but you've still got... you've still got some decent teams in it. Whereas, see if those 5 teams weren't in it, I probably wouldn't want to be in the Conference League, because it would almost feel like an unimportant competition that doesn't matter. Yeah,
it's like, I think Shamrock Rovers got the perfect draw last year. They got a lot of... I mean, they got Larne, they got TNS, and they got Chelsea.
Like, no, but you can argue that, like, from a Rangers perspective, obviously you want to be in the Champions League, but you can take the... You can, take it with a grain of salt. You can take it with a glass half full kind of perspective, that if Rangers don't make it into Champions League and they're in the Europa League, at least you expect Rangers to do better, possibly go further, and you've still got the top leagues and some top teams representing that competition. But if the Europa League didn't have any teams for the top 5 leagues, now you could argue that here Rangers could do a lot better in it, but you could also argue here it'd be a lot weaker competition, and as much as it already gets looked down upon compared to the Champions League, think how much more the Europa League would get shat on if there was no teams for the top 5 leagues.
No, of course. No, you do need it.
So it's a balance. Yeah, the lesser the competition, the better you can perform in it. But if that lesser competition has no top teams in it, then it's like, does performing well in it even matter?
No, I know. I think the problem is, I think Chelsea highlighted it more than other clubs because they spent $1 billion. I mean, they literally spent $1 billion. Like, having the likes of Crystal Palace in it isn't a big deal because they are like a literal mid-table team in the Premier League. with Chelsea going into it, if you're spending £1 billion, you should be competing at the top end of the Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, that's the fact. It's just in the Premier League, Chelsea they've completely mismanaged the $1 billion. Sorry. I mean, like literally, man, you add together every other team in the Conference League last year, what they spent over like the period that Chelsea spent $1 billion. Every other team, it probably doesn't even get close to anywhere near half it. Which shows you the golf. Anyway, we're done. Till next time. That's it for the preview show. Rangers Panathinaikos tonight. Oh yeah, can't wait for it.